13. Things are about to get really interesting. Our next two guests probably did not make a lot of friends on the force after their hit comedy Super Troopers. Take a look.
Discriminating audiences at the Sundance Film Festival have discovered one of the most shocking, unflinching, eye-opening films about cops ever made.
Do we look like the two dumbest guys in the world to you?
Super Troopers. In this town, you don't mess with the law.
You know?
Joining in the studio, two of your favorite Broken Lizard comedians, Heffernan and Steve Lemme. Good
Hey.
morning.
Good morning.
We were going to have you share a chair. I want you to know we went big on the budget and got you each
Oh, good.
separate
Well,
chairs.
sometimes you just sit on my lap and I make a talk.
Well, that's what we thought, so...
And then I just move my mouth a little bit.
How are you?
Good.
We're
Good.
great. I have a question.
Yeah.
What the heck is a broken lizard?
It is a euphemism for a night gone bad in a Tijuana whorehouse.
Oh! Glad I asked.
Yeah.
Good night, everybody. Thanks for watching the show today.
I'd like to point out that I have heard the opposite took place. Troopers love you guys. Like you guys have to stop to take pictures with the entire force wherever you go.
Yes, that's absolutely true.
He recently got pulled over and got out of a ticket.
Yeah, I was going 120 miles an hour.
Where?
At midnight on the 5. And an officer, he pulled me over and he looked and he said, "Mister, do you have any idea how fast Super Troopers?" And I got out of that ticket.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's
Going
a get out of jail
120?
free card.
Yeah.
Get out of jail free card.
I guess it is. We put on our Facebook page that you guys were going to be on the show, and got some questions from viewers.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. This is
always
Jen said, did you guys ever wear your Highway Patrol outfits and mess with people, or any other outfits from your other movie?
Yeah. Actually, when we shot the movie, it was so low budget, we would have to drive the police cars back to the garage after we were done shooting that day. And so we would wear our uniforms and drive the cars back. And, you know, every once in a while you might flick the lights on.
Yeah.
Maybe, you know, pull somebody over a little bit and then keep going, you know.
A car full of extremely attractive women, you're like, there's some sort of violation going on over there.
Exactly.
You know, pull them over.
We played beer pong on our show yesterday, and coincidentally, the last time I played beer pong was with you guys for Beer Fest. Do you have any idea how many people you inducted into the beer pong cult because of that movie?
I know.
I think it's about 17 million.
Give or take.
Yeah.
Just
It's
right
a good
in.
way to promote a movie, though.
Oh, sure.
Playing a little beer pong. I mean,
So do you have to do deep research for a movie like that? Like, you know, for Beer Fest, you have to go undercover?
Oh, yeah. Well, Robert De Niro would, so...
Sure.
Method?
That's
Consummate
right.
professional.
Method. On our Facebook also, Michael says, not really a question, but more of a statement. I always considered grabbing a brand new bottle of Aunt Jemima syrup and chugging it. But I think eating a spoonful of cinnament just sounds better. Again, you're just throwing that out there.
What is that from?
What does that mean?
From Super Troopers, we chug maple syrup as a way to keep ourselves amused. I do, wherever the camera is, I do not recommend it.
Okay.
Do not recommend it.
It will tear you apart inside.
Yeah.
But is it a great rush? Is it a nice little high for a minute?
No,
okay.
It's a terrible sugar situation. Yeah.
It's
You
more
end up,
like...
in a fetal position, like in a dark room on the ground.
Can I ask you guys about freeloaders? Like, I loved this idea from the get-go, and it's done, right? It's out.
Yeah, it's we finished shooting it. We produced it with Adam Duritz, the guy from Counting Crows.
Sure.
Yeah.
And it's, by the way, it's about some guys that crash in a rock star's mansion.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so he's the rock star. Oh. So we finished that and. We helped produce it, and we have kind of smaller parts in it.
Cool.
But, and it's done, and I think it's coming out, I don't know, sometime this spring.
Nice.
I think so, yeah.
So is Broken Lizard, is that an improv comedy thing, or is it, what is it described as what you guys do?
Well, we started off as sketch comedians.
Okay.
In college, we put a sketch comedy group together, and then we brought the show to New York City. And there we just started making films. We raised the money for our first movie, Puddle Cruiser, and then from there we got the money to make Super Troopers. And then
It's all 2 words.
Yeah, that led to Club Dread, which led to Beer Fest.
Right.
And then the Slam and Salmon.
Yeah.
Wow, you're right. All 2 words.
All 2 words.
What, are you going to expand? Go to a 3-word movie? No, that's out there. And that is out there.
Bringing a brand new audience.
So you guys met in college?
3-word title.
Was it like
lunch
Broken
line, or
Lizard?
how did you meet?
We were in the same fraternity, actually.
Yeah.
And it actually, you know.
So it was like, hey.
Yeah.
Well, actually-
Hey, want to drink beers? Let's make a movie about it.
The truth is,
Natural progression?
Yeah. Well, I stole Kevin's coat. I was a year below him, and I was a freshman, and I found his coat at a fraternity party and stole it and wore it to go back to my dorm. And then I was so stupid that about 2 weeks later, I brought it back to the same place where I had stolen it, and he found the coat with my student ID in it.
It's like, who is this guy?
And what frat? Little shout out.
Here we are, Beta Theta Pi.
Beta Theta Pi.
And the whole troop came from Beta Theta Pi, right?
Yeah,
Jay and everybody.
Yep. We all were in the same fraternity together. Yeah.
You guys probably threw really good parties.
Yeah, they probably still do.
We had some good parties.
Yeah. Yeah.
Last question from our Facebookers here this morning. Nicole Smith, Mac, will you marry me?
Oh.
Well, that depends on what kind of person you are on the inside. Because that's what it's all about.
He's got a point.
Right.
Yeah.
It's all about love.
You want to see it? You know how you can see these guys? We have all that info. Kevin Heffernan and Steve Lemme are playing tomorrow night, 8 and 10 at the Punchline, 2100 Arden Way at Arden and Howe there. For tickets and more info, here's the phone number, 916-925-5500. That's a fun club to see a show.
You guys gonna hang out for a while?
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. You have
And we can put
free
you to
reign to
work.
completely ruin the #1 morning show in Northern California. You have 40 minutes to do that.
Can I get you guys a beer?
Super duper.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Sure, why
Yeah,
not?
exactly.
It's only 6 a.m.
Court, you taking traffic for us this morning? Hey, Court.
Hey.